In this week's Torah portion, it brings down that when you are conquering a land and you bring the land into siege, you don't put the trees into siege also. You don't take away the food and drink of a tree, the nutrients for the tree. It is not a person. But we can learn also that a person is very much likened, it is like a tree. It is a tree. We grow like a tree. We know we are connected to our source, but we keep on growing and we think that we're not connected to our source. And that's why we might be connected to a tree. The difference between a fish must be connected to its source the whole time, and it realizes that it must be connected to its source. So therefore, as soon as it goes out, it might die. Like Rabbi Akiva once went over to a stream. A fox once came over to a stream. And told the fish, come out. We'll give you whatever you want on land. He wanted to trick the fish to come, like this he can kill it. But the fish is more smart. He knows that he cannot go out of the river. Once he goes out of the river, he's dead. So therefore over here we see that a fish is much more connected than a human being is. Man and animal were created from the earth. And we are separated from the earth. We get our sustenance from other things. Animals get sustenance from other things. So a tree, a fruit tree or tree is always connected to the ground. While vegetables not necessarily grow when you remove it and put it somewhere else. But our tree does produce, and sometimes even better when it's moved to another place. In a person, they have also these four aspects. Doimin Tzmeach Chayim Medaber. Tzmeach, someone that is a Tzmeach, is the Midos. The Midos grow. Chai, an animal which is in the Chai in the person, is the intellect. Intellect has Chayis too. And intellect, you can understand either or. Sometimes you go more stringent, sometimes more lenient. But you can go back and forth. And still be seichel of the person. While midos is something connected to the person, your attributes is connected to you. Your characteristics is connected to you. But it grows the midos. And that's how we're connected more to a tree and to any other thing. Like it ends off the Gemara, that a tree is like a Talmid Chacham, but some trees you have to cut off your connection to. That means it's not if it doesn't bear fruit, you can destroy it. And something which bears fruit, you keep. So a Talmid Chacham, which is a proper person, that means his midos are proper, then you can learn from him. Atam Chacham she'enei hagun, his attributes are not proper, then you don't learn from him. What is a Talmid Chacham Hagun? That he acts nice to people. He's nice to other people. Because his learning affects his midos. So if his actions are proper, that means he's not always attacking another being. He's always not distancing himself from other people. He's a nice person. And that's the idea of a proper Talmid Chacham. Talmid Chacham she'enei hagun. Talmid Chacham which is not nice, he's always berating someone, is always attacking someone. So his learning really did not have an effect on him. And therefore, you don't have to learn from him. So if someone cannot stand other rabbis and does not act nice to them, that means he's not a proper Talmid Chacham. And that's the way it is also in our connection to the world. So a person in Beis Medrash, he's connected to its source, but afterwards he goes out into the world. He has to take his connection to the world, to what he had got in Shul and in Beis Medrash where he learned, and bring it out into the world. And the same thing with a child. A person cannot say, I learned in yeshiva in past tense, and everything I learned was in past tense, and then go out into the world and do whatever you want. I learned in yeshiva who knows when, and therefore I don't have to act properly. The idea is that the main thing by Adam is a eitz, hasada. The main thing is his midos. And if he does not change his midos, if his midos are not connected to his intellect, he is worthless. Like it says, Ashiveisa elevavecha. You should return your heart to God. Why the heart? Because the midos are connected to the person, while seichel not necessarily. He could be a very intellectual person, but he's arrogant. He holds himself big and everything else. And as we see also, we are the children of Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Why do we grab on to Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov? Avram is Avram Oivi, my beloved one. He was filled with Ava to Hashem. He was a Baal Chesed, until the Chesed which gives kindness to the world said that Avram took away my business. So we take his Chesed. Yitzchak, we take his Gevura. And Yaakov, we take his passion. We don't take their intellect. Since when do they inherit the intellect? You don't inherit intellect, you inherit the midos. So we see over here is what is the main thing is the midos, not your intellect. Midos is connected to you, and what you're going to inherit to someone else is your midos. How kind you're not to another person. And that's how we see we are connected to Timeach more. And that's why a tree grows over 3 tfachim, over 10 tfachim high. You don't see so much as connection to his source. But it's always connected to its source. And that's why it says, Ashivei Salvavecha. And Be'ez Hashem will take our learning into action. And when you go out into the world, you're mekarev people to Yiddishkeit. You do it in the most happiest way and the most kind way. And then we'll come to Vashiroisi. I'll take away the leiv ha'even, I'll take away the even, the stone from the heart. That will be when Mashiach comes. But through this, which we act like human beings, we'll go towards Mashiach as a human being. And always remember, your midos are the most important thing. But it has to be connected to its source too. So Be'ez Hashem will be fully permeated with godliness with the coming of Mashiach imminently right now. Long live our Master, Teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our Master, Teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our Master, Teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach forever and ever.